Hey everyone, today's video is going to be a bit different and I've got Mr. Phillips here.
Hey.
Isn't he just a bit of an awkward person? Yeah, today we're going to be doing a Q&A. I asked on Instagram if you had any questions for him or us as a couple, and we got a buttload. So we're going to try and get through as many as possible before he either gets sick of talking or he runs out of his 100-day word limit. So the first question is, when did you get married?
We haven't yet.
We haven't yet. Next is, right now I just want to know if Altered Mind, that's his Instagram, feels better. How are you feeling?
Better.
How many words are you up to now? It's 3, isn't it? Yeah, 3 words. How did you meet?
My 16th birthday party? Or 15th?
No.
I can't remember.
The first interaction we had was when...
Yeah, at school.
He was a dickhead.
I told you to fuck off. Yeah.
He walked past my area and, because in Australian schools we kind of branch off and sit at different areas throughout the school. He walked past and I said, "I like your piercings," because he had 5 eyebrow piercings, and he turned around and told me to get fucked. So, yeah. But later we became friends and yeah.
Yeah.
Just had to start off like a dick. As a very young couple who has managed to build a healthy relationship and a great life together, what advice do you have for other young couples who are starting to get theirs together? Oh, don't say too much.
I guess just respect each other and always talk about things.
Mine is don't force anything. If you force things, you end up like my parents, like my biological parents, because they forced a marriage when they were like 17 years old, and you end up divorced by the time you're 22. So that's one of the reasons why I held off on marriage for so long, is because, I don't know, I've never seen a happy marriage or anything like that. I mean, my mom's happy with my stepdad, but, you know, it's multiple marriages for both of them, so it kind of scared me off. Next is, what makes you attracted to each other, like traits and characteristics? Oh, one, he's got the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen. They are so icy blue. It's, yeah, he's got gorgeous eyes, and they're honest eyes. I'm a big sucker for like what someone's eyes says about them, and for some reason, like, you know how you can tell someone's personality through their eyes? Yours are really honest.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, thanks.
Awkward. What was the question again? What makes you attracted? I guess you're just cute and awkward. Funny.
I don't intend to be funny.
Yeah, but you do like that stupid little dance in the shop, and then someone will see you and you try and hide behind me.
Another thing that really drew me to him is what we had pretty much all the same music likes, and one of the things that separated him from the rest of the people in our group was, because we had a lot of metalhead friends, was the fact he liked classical, he was willing to listen to opera, he was willing to branch outside of metal and didn't give a shit what other people said.
That other one you like, that world music or something?
Oh, New Age.
New Age, that's it.
Yeah. There's the next one. How do you two find time for each other between work and family? Well, each of our jobs kind of involves each other, with his photography being a side job, and also him being my photographer. My photographer most of the time. So we involve each other within our work. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then family time involves each other as well. So...
Obviously.
Yeah. Obviously. At what time did you realise you two were going to share a life together? I've never actually sat there and said, haha, he's the one. It's just...
Just happens.
Yeah. Life flows. The next one's in Spanish, I think. I can't read that.
No.
I'm really
and the translate
sorry.
Doesn't work
the
properly.
translate doesn't work on... Yeah, I'm sorry. The next one is, can you name 3 things or characteristics you like about each other and 3 things that you hate or that annoy you about each other? You go first.
3 things that I like.
Start off with the hate. That way,
Why?
by the time I start mine, I'm not focusing on your negativity.
Okay. You're picky. With like everything.
I know he hates my OCD tendencies. The uneven numbers.
Yeah.
He cannot.
I used to do that when I was a kid, but I
Yeah.
forced myself to get over it so I could be normal.
The uneven numbers, the separation of the food.
Yeah.
You really don't like that because I can't have different elements of my food touch each other because I don't like it. Otherwise, I won't eat it.
I just smash it all into one.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So my
is that 2
obsessive
now,
compulsive tendencies. Yes.
Okay, so 3rd thing. I don't want to sound mean.
I know one. He hates how... I think he hates the contrasts of me because there's like my extremes, how I'm so loud-mouthed when I'm around people I'm comfortable with and familiar with. When I go out into public, I cower behind him.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And I know that he gets really annoyed with the fact that I don't speak to people, I won't ask anyone anything.
You never call anyone to make appointments or times or anything?
I'm terrible. The only person I will call and make appointments with is... I'm gonna bleep that out.
Yeah.
Because then everyone will know my therapist's name. Future self, bleep that out.
Okay.
Was
3
there
things I don't like.
Oh, that was 3 things you don't like.
Okay, yes, now 3 things I like.
Oh, you want to keep going with
No.
things you don't like?
I can be comfortable around you, which has like never happened before. We like similar movies, unless I have to force you to watch my movies.
Interstellar. God damn it!
That was a good movie. You haven't even watched it.
How many times do I need to fall asleep during a movie?
Until you finish it.
Okay, that's... What, that's 1, 2 things?
And
now what's the 3rd?
I guess that just all the things that we like in common. Music.
Like in common?
Well, things that we like. That we share interests in.
I'm a grammar Nazi. I think that's another thing that he absolutely hates. I will correct his speech. I will correct his texts. Like, if he sends me a text that's like a few sentences long, I will send it back in the correct English form, and he gets so freaking annoyed with me. I don't do that to everyone. It's just very select people.
No, you gotta do it.
Okay. 3 things I dislike. Forever freaking telling me to turn off light switches.
You always leave them on. Like the one I just had to turn off.
He's even
the ring light.
He's even taught our daughter to tell me to turn lights off. So if I leave lights on, Misha comes out and goes, "Mummy, light switch." She's getting like total attitude on her. She's going to rival Lorella as Sass Queen. Lorella, if you're watching this, you've got yourself a rival. I dislike how The few times you've proven me wrong, you rub it in my face for years.
Few times.
I can
few
count.
Times a day.
No.
Yeah.
Not even.
Yep.
Mm-mm. And the third would be socks. He leaves socks everywhere.
There's none anywhere right now.
At the last house, he used to take his shoes off right next to the laundry basket and then tuck his socks into his shoes next to the laundry basket. It would have been less effort to dump them into the laundry basket as opposed to bending over and tucking them back into your shoes for you to put them on the floor when you go to put your shoes back on and fresh socks. That's annoying.
At least it's not wasting power like light switches.
I think Binks just
knock something over, yeah.
Yep. Binks seems to think he's still kitten-sized, so his little fat bum gets up on the bench and
tries to attack the window, and then he falls on everything.
Yep. 3 things I like. Your eyes. I've already said that. They're my favorite thing about him physically.
My eyelashes.
No,
because they're so much longer than yours.
No. I'm gonna cut off his eyelashes and glue them to my face one day. I don't know, got this teddy bear mentality to him, or teddy bear feel to him, with the fact that he's so cuddly. But to others, he looks like he's going to beat someone's head in. But he's so warm and cuddly. And yeah. And then the third would be, I don't know. I think it's really cute how you and Momo get up to, I don't know, cute daddy-daughter things. Usually it's ganging up on me, but I do have to admit it's cute. So, it does suck to always be the one ganged up on. Was there ever a time you thought you'd break up, and how did you work through it? Yeah. The main reason we have fights is for 2 reasons. One being the fact that there was, what was that? Patrice O'Neill, the comedian, put it so eloquently when he said that males have 3 filters that all of their thought processes should go through. But every now and then one of them fails. And things just come out sounding very, very different from how they mean, or sometimes they just want to be fucking mean. He says something that's like a compliment, but it's done in the worst way that it hurts. It's like... And then the second part is me overreacting. Yeah.
All the time.
I admit I do overreact. So... There, you've got it on camera.
Yep.
I overreact. Oh, what was your first date? What the fuck was our first date?
I can't remember. Probably the party.
We started going out in high school, so I'm not sure how they do it in other countries, but in Australia, dates don't really happen. It's just kind of meeting up after school.
Yeah, getting wasted.
Shush up.
Not much to do in a small town.
For the sake of our daughter, we were saints.
Yeah, we got chocolate wasted.
I hope no one knows that reference, because that is...
Why? That was a funny movie.
It was a trash movie. I am ashamed.
No, we both laughed a lot.
I am ashamed that I laughed at it. The second from this person is, who would you two be willing to film a who knows who type of video? You ask a question that's like what's his or her favorite color.
No, it's would you be willing to film that? So it's asking us, would we do that?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm not exactly the best at reading font without glasses. He's always telling me, put your glasses on. We're like an old married couple with a lot of things, and glasses is one of them. Glasses and light switches. You're always telling me to do something with them.
So yeah, it's would you be willing to do that? I guess.
I think that would be quite an interesting video to film. I imagine you were given a large sum of money. What would you two want to spend it on? I'm pretty sure I could speak for both of us. Yeah, we both want to set up an animal sanctuary wherever we're living.
Hopefully Europe.
Europe in a few years. But our end goal is to set up an animal sanctuary where we rescue particularly older animals that people for some reason just don't want. I don't know, we kind of started this when we were looking at the freebies section of a Australian trading website called Gumtree, and I don't know what we were looking for, animals. Like wooden pellets or something like that.
Yeah, it was something stupid.
Yeah, and tons of family pets who are like 10, 12 years old.
Yeah, moving house and we can't take them.
Yeah, don't want them on the new carpet. And it's like, so yeah, it would be mainly to give homes to the older animals that are most likely going to be put down in pounds, because every pound in Australia is a kill shelter. They all do it. There's no such thing as a no-kill shelter here. Another one, the next question is, what has helped the both of you to be together through your hardest times? I think I read that right. I don't know, just...
yeah, what has helped the both of you be together through your hardest times? Communication.
Yeah. Also, the fact that he knows the right time to bugger off and leave me alone. This might have been already answered, but what made you decide to get married? I did say in the past that yes, I didn't want to get married, but the reason why I finally said yes to him, because he first asked me to marry him, bloody hell, would have been we were still in school. But yeah, I told him later on that, you know, it's not really something I wanted to do, and this year end of last year we made the decision that we were going to do it, particularly because it's more of a formality. I don't like the whole ownership aspect of it, because it does feel like a bit of ownership, and the way people talk about it, it seems like ownership, so... Yeah, I know that other people have different views about this, but this is just how I see it. Favorite and least favorite quirks. I think we've kind of gone through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the indecisive one?
Who's the indecisive one?
Deciding on dinner. That's totally you.
I'm always just like, whatever you want.
And then I'll always ask, what do we have, or what can we have? What's there to cook? And then you just say whatever you want, and it's like, well, awesome.
I just want him to, like... I always tell him, just start listing things off, and I will work out.
But I want to list things that we could actually make, that we don't have to go and get.
Yeah, well, I will say, yes, yes, no, 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 no.
Yeah, but it's easier when I know, otherwise I could be listing, like, 5-course meals, or...
It would just be easier.
No, it'd be easier if you said what we had that we could make.
Anyway... how did you meet? How did you meet? How did you meet? I think we've already covered that. You're
differences between you two culture-wise, goth versus punk.
He definitely started out as more of the punk
Punk.
side, you know, the fuck the government, anarchy.
Still like that.
Yeah, he's very much still like that, but in a more of a legal professional way, considering he is in law and he's a law student as well, so he does it in more of a legal professional way now. But back in school, he was the total archetype anarchy kind of person. So the next one is, how was to date
someone with a daughter already?
Okay, no. Our daughter is both of our daughter. He's the biological father of her. I will see if I can insert baby photos of both of you, because they look like twins. I've had, actually, over the years, a few people... I get why people question that, though, because it's only 2% of parents, of teen parents, who are actually still together after the child their second birthday, and then it diminishes every year after that. So I do get why people may think that, because it's very against the odds. So yeah. What do you both have in common, and what is an extreme difference you have? Common, it's pretty much
movies, music,
everything, almost.
Places we want to go visit, things we want to do.
The main difference we have, I think, is our food. Like,
I like spicy food, and you can't take it at all.
And I was going to say mainly the crunchy thing.
Yeah, I love crunchy food.
I don't really like crunchy food, and he thinks it's disgusting how I like soggy chips. And I like, I don't know why I like soggy chips. I deliberately like when we get a serve of chips from a takeout store, because chips are amazing. I will search through for the soggy ones, and if there are no soggy ones, I'll put a handful into a bag and I'll let them sweat in there for a little while, and then I'll mush them a little bit.
I find a long, pointy, really crispy one, and I use it as like a fork to eat the other ones.
Yeah. And even Misha started doing that.
Yeah, she does that now too.
But yeah, I like soggy chips. He likes really crunchy ones. I just don't like crunchy food that much. It's another extreme difference is blankets. Because he's from New Zealand, he instantly likes colder things, and because I've spent most of my life living in the desert, despite the fact I'm really pale and I'm European, I've spent most of my life in the desert. So
yeah, you get cold at about 28 degrees.
But the thing is I prefer being cold. I like artificial heat on my feet. I'm like a lizard. I love artificial heat. So,
and I can't stand that either. Makes me feel sick.
No, like, any kind of heat on my feet is good. That's why I like the cold, because I want to feel like a little lizard under a heat lamp. And with blankets on the bed, I can't sleep without blankets, so even in the depths of summer when it's like a 35-degree night, he kicks them all off, and I'm still cuddling a blanket, sweating like a pig.
I don't know how you do that.
I can't sleep without a blanket.
I can't sleep when it's that hot.
I'm sorry that happened, but the only thing I can say is that it's probably good that it happened, in the fact that if they broke up, if it was so easy to walk away from that many years for him, then he clearly wasn't in it. So,
advice to moving on would just be
with
time and doing things you like.
My thing is that whenever disappointing things happen, my thing is that eventually, it hurts, and it's good to hurt because it teaches you something. But eventually you will learn from it, and you'll move on to better things, because I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. nothing is completely reasonless, whether it be a life lesson or moving on to better things. And I 100% believe that you are moving on to better things. Favorite place to grab a bite to eat?
The Vietnamese place. What's it called?
TIAN.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a completely vegan restaurant on the Gold Coast. They do Chinese,
near
Thai.
Pacific Fair.
Yeah.
If you know that area.
I will put a link to their restaurant down here just in case you live in the area. The owners are the sweetest people you'll ever meet. They're just amazing people. Their restaurant is completely vegan.
And they're right near the beach, so the best thing is get their food. At night time, I prefer it. And then you go out and sit on the beach.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Is your husband also alternative? And how does your husband think you should raise your daughter? Well, he has a say in that too, because it's his daughter too. And yeah, he's alternative. He's more of a corporate type because he does have to keep that persona of professionalism. I mean, he was able to keep the beard, so I'm fine with everything else. Yeah, and growing out his little death hawk thing, it's... Yeah, can't really do much with it at the moment, because if he does, I think work would crack at him. He looks... the other day I partially dreaded his hair, brushed him out immediately, just because I wanted to see how he'd look, because someone had made a comment about him looking like he belongs on that Vikings show. I've never watched it. Yeah,
you need to watch that. That's a good show.
So I partially dreaded his hair, and boy, does he look good in dreads.
I didn't even get to see what it looked like because you didn't take any pictures.
Well, we were going to bed, so I had to brush them out as quickly as I could. But I wish he could dread his hair, but he can't, because it's not it's not accepted in lots of workplaces. So... and yeah, the raising the daughter, we both have says in it, because, I mean, admittedly, because I am the mother, I think I have a bit more of a sway of... Well, I've been around a lot more children than him. I am the joint oldest of 9 children, and we always refer to us as 2 lots of children, because there's the older lot and then there's the younger lot, and the younger lot are all around the same age group as our daughter. So I helped raise a lot of them, so I've got a lot more experience with kids. And Misha was like the first baby you ever held, hey?
Yeah, I was probably about... I think I was about 10 when my youngest brother was born. So I didn't care at all.
What has been your favorite / cutest / proudest parenting moment? I think one of the cutest was, and also the proudest, our daughter's the tallest person in her grade. And this year in her class, they've even stuck her off to the side with the teachers in the school photo. It's kind of sad, but she's so tall. Because she's so tall, she kind of skates through with a lot of things. Like when she did the 100-meter dash last year, she won. But she was kind of like messing around with her jumper as she was running, and like it was so cute. But she just did it without even trying, and just the way she was like flapping her jumper around was really cute as she ran over the finish line, and then was just like, "Oh, I won!" at the end. She does cute things like that. She's really clumsy like me too. So yeah. Does he do all your modeling photos, or do you work with other photographers as well? I do work with other photographers. I've worked with mainly Mel from Tragic Beautiful. She's such a sweetheart. I love her. And Evelina. There have been a couple others, but, you know, they've been one-offs.
Yeah.
So, But mainly him. I mean, why not?
Day-to-day stuff, really, yeah.
He knows my angles. Do you guys have any hobbies together?
Pretty much all of them.
Yeah, pretty much. What is your favorite activity to do with each other? So, with our hobbies, what we do a lot is we go on bushwalks or just nature exploration. We do that with Misha as well because
Not all the time though, like climbing certain mountains and stuff.
If the track, like, we always deem whether the track is too long for her because, I mean, while she's done some pretty amazing
10-15k walks,
yeah, she's done some pretty amazing tracks. It's just if it's too steep, if
or
it's
dangerous at all,
too dangerous, obviously, she won't come with us. She'll go and stay with my parents or his parents, just while we go off and do the bushwalk. But yeah, just mainly nature things.
We used to play video games a lot together.
Yeah, back when Call of Duty was actually good.
Yeah. Like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, we do arts and crafts sort of stuff.
Yeah, we do a lot of DIYs together. He likes to watch me paint.
Yeah, because I can't paint or draw at all.
And I like to watch him play Skyrim and Fallout.
Or Fallout, yeah. Or GTA, when I'm just running over people.
Yeah, it's particularly Skyrim and Fallout because I don't know, I've got this, it's part of the way my brain works. New things, I don't have an interest in learning them, and it feels uncomfortable.
Took like a month just to get you to play COD.
But then I got into it because it was the same layout as games I used to play when I was a kid. But with like Fallout and all of those, I've tried a couple times and then just given up because it was frustrating and I won't go back to it. But I love watching him do it, and I know all what goes on except for the button work. Music is another thing. We like listening, just sitting and listening to music, chilling, watching movies. Conspiracies. Oh,
yeah, that took you forever.
We love doing investigations and stuff into different conspiracies. And how do you guys show your love? Presence, affection, verbal, action.
I guess all of those, really.
Yeah, it's a mixture of all of them. Not so much the presence part. Was the fact that you are from different countries ever a problem? Meaning cultural difference, homesickness, etc., etc.
Homesickness? What's that supposed to mean?
Like, you miss home. Oh, why did I do a sleeping?
I don't
know. No. I think the main difference that we've had is not really a cultural difference, it's family difference, because his family are really strange and they don't seem to interact with any family, like uncles and all of that. It's like, who the hell are you? And then my family, particularly my mother's side, who are Irish, Dutch, bit of everything, mainly Irish, German, Russian, Dutch, they are like in everybody's business. They know everything about what everyone's going through. So, you know, I've always thought that's the norm. And even like my biological father's family, with them being German, yeah, we kind of knew each other. It was more of like it seemed like business relationships. Would see each other at scheduled times of the year. That was it.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mom's family made me think that normal family dynamics was you see your uncles and aunts very regularly. My uncles are like dads to me.
It helps that they all live in this country, though.
Yeah, true. My mom's siblings, yeah, they all.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was periods of times where they did actually leave the country, though.
Mm.
And we still kept in close contact with them, so... Even the family who don't live in the country, like the ones who live in Denmark and Germany and Canada and a couple other places, we're still in very good contact with, so... And then his family is like, left the country, don't know who you are anymore. Yeah. I think that's the main difference. Yeah, the question is, how did you react when you found out you were pregnant? I was a sobbing mess because it was like, just as I had rejected a scholarship for forensic criminology, and the reason why I rejected it wasn't because of pregnancy, I rejected it because it wasn't what I wanted to do.
Mm.
I wanted to be a tattoo artist and, you know, do something creative with my life. I didn't want to do science. As much as I enjoyed science, I didn't want to do it. But yeah, I was a bloody emotional mess. And he was this. He literally just said, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was going to run for the hills. But, yeah. He didn't. Because now we live in the hills. What's the best part of being parents? Oh, someone actually said above that, how long have you been together? 9 years. She really does bring something to our lives. Well, I can't speak for you, but she really does bring something to my life. I truly believe she is probably my soulmate, with the fact that it may be just a mum thing, but like I connect with her on such a different level to anything else in this whole world. Again, that might be a mum thing, but yeah. What about you? Best part of being a parent?
I guess when she accomplishes things.
You feel proud?
Mm.
How did each of you know the other was the one? Like we said earlier, it was just, there was no epiphany. It was just, I don't know, I've never really had an epiphany about any of that. It's just been like a...
gradual, I think.
9 years later, oh, we're still together. Okay. Cool. What's it like to be my photographer as well as partner?
It can be frustrating.
He probably talks to me a lot worse than clientele. But then again, admittedly, I probably talk to him a lot worse than other photographers because, you know, I mean, I would never throw a water bottle at... Like, it was a joke. Like, sometimes I'm, like, taking a sip of water and I'll say, like, heads up and throw something at him. I would never do that to another photographer.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it like being in a fully vegan family? Any pros or cons? Well, our immediate family, as in this
parents.
household.
Oh, yeah.
Like, him, myself, and Misha, we're all vegan. Our animals are not. Like, we still obviously have to purchase meat products for our animals, particularly, like, our dogs are on a raw meat diet because one of the dogs, Jojo, who... That's that one. Jojo. I was trying to look which one was... Jojo has a lot of health issues. He's got a skin disorder. He's got a tumor that we have to monitor. There's just too many issues that being on a plant-based diet was completely wrong. Plus, there's a lot of evidence that it's just completely wrong for dogs. I can't deprive my animals of...
since they're canines.
I can't...
They need to eat meat.
I can't deprive my animals of meat. So we do... It is hard walking through the
meat section.
The
it
meat
does
section.
Stink.
But we do buy offcuts that humans wouldn't otherwise consume. So I mean, if people were honestly thinking we were buying that for ourselves...
I know, that'd be so disgusting.
Yeah, but yeah, it is awkward to have to walk through the meat section and buy that stuff, but, you know, it's for the animals, and you can't deprive them of something they need. That's wrong. But otherwise, I think the cons is the fact that
the typical bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, oh, eat some steak.
Yeah.
You're not Australian if you don't eat beef.
Yeah.
All those stupid fucking ads.
Every time one of us gets sick, I mean, our doctor's pretty good. Well, he just left the practice, so that bummed me out. But he was a vegetarian, so he never told me to eat meat, and in fact, he did blood tests on me, and
yeah. Perfect score.
Yep.
Same with me.
Doctors in the past have all been like, well, you've got a cold because you don't eat.
Yeah.
Especially because I've been vegetarian, like, before vegan for quite some time, so I haven't touched meat in a really long time. When I was vegetarian, I was still cooking him meat, and then we both watched...
well, even before we watched any of the documentaries, it just, I don't know, I was like getting turned off by it.
He saw me not eating meat for quite some time, and he started to actually venture out of his little box and eat what I was eating, and then he started trying some meat alternatives, and then someone recommended him Cowspiracy. We watched that, and we were like, whoa. And then...
I think we watched Between Forks and Knives first, didn't we?
No, Cowspiracy.
And then we watched...
Yeah. And then we went... then he went vegetarian with me. And then we watched Earthlings, and after, like, the first 10 minutes of Earthlings, he said, we can't do this anymore. And I fully agreed. Dairy, eggs, out of... Yep. I was, like, nearly puking through that. It was... Yeah. Favorite takeaway food?
Chips.
No. It's not going to be chips for me. Because that TIAN ran.
I see that more of a restaurant though, not really a takeaway.
Yeah, it is a takeaway, because we always take it away and go to the beach.
Yeah, but you could go to a restaurant and just tell them to put it in a container and take it away. Wouldn't be a takeaway.
See, literally the only time we've ever been to the beach together
was to eat that, yeah.
And at night. We've never been to the beach together during the day. It's nicer at night.
Yeah,
it's
no one
quiet.
around. It's cooler.
The moon always looks beautiful on the water.
The water always sounds nicer too.
Yes. Favorite activity together?
We already did that one, didn't we?
Did we?
Well,
no, I think we listed some. But
yeah.
What's our favorite? My favorite would probably be either when we go out on photo shoots as a family, because Misha likes to help out and hold the reflectors or stand there and mirror what I'm doing. It's really cute. It's really cute because she started doing some of the poses. Like, I see her school photos, and some of the ones in, like, the school newsletter, she's doing similar poses, and it's like, oh my gosh, Momo.
I like it when we go exploring and then do a photo shoot. Yeah. Like the last one we did, that one was cool.
Okay.
What is he looking at? He looks freaked out.
He looks like he's looking at me. It's the false lashes. Ooh, I don't wear them very often. What is the sweetest thing you would say the other has done for you?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to remember, like, 9 years for the one thing. I don't know. What do you reckon it'd be?
For me, it would be when he, in a recent video I talked about how he was in a really shit job being illegally paid way under minimum wage. He saved up quite a bit of money because, like, my pregnancy belly had just started to show.
Nobody knew yet.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky that nobody noticed for such a long period of time, but it had just started to show, and he saved up enough money. I was starting to not fit my clothes, and he had saved up quite a bit of money and took me shopping for new clothes. It was...
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. It made me feel so much better about myself. Yeah, then he did it again after...
Misha was born.
Yeah, after Mimi was born.
6 months after she was born.
Because I'd gone through quite a bit of postnatal depression, and it was one of his things that he did to try and help me out of it. So, yeah. So...
I don't know.
I mustn't be a very nice person then.
No.
He can't think of anything nice I've ever done.
No, I can't think of anything.
No, I'm just not a nice person.
I don't know, I guess it'd be all the little things you do all the time.
Like what?
Like cooking nice meals and that.
I need to hear it. Inflate my ego.
Scratching my back when I can't reach. Oh, I fucking hate that.
It's really funny when guys bodybuild, because the bigger their muscles get, the less mobility they have. And it's really funny trying to watch. I know it sounds really mean, but it's really funny trying to see him reach and try and scratch his back. So I stand there and scratch it for him because he can't reach most of his back.
Yeah, and it's always getting itchy.
Seriously, it's really funny. That sounds so horrid. We're secretly actually really mean to each other at times, but it's part of our dynamic. Do either of you have future tattoo or piercings planned? I saw in your last post you were going to get one to honor your daughter.
I have one, but I don't want to say.
Yeah.
Because
he's really scared of his idea.
Someone will steal it, and I know they will.
The last couple
ideas. But it's
ideas,
an entire arm piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last couple ideas he's had has been stolen by people we know. So, yeah, he's.
Yeah, and I can't find this idea anywhere.
Yeah.
So I know no one's done it.
Yep. And with me, I'm extending my bats, and then I'm getting another bat-themed piece on this arm, and then that's it for this arm. And then the other one's going to be a complete sleeve. My back's got to be finished. And then just, I will get my stomach eventually tattooed over because of the scarring and stuff. But I've got to get a bit of skin removal surgery done. And then I'll get tattooed on top of that. So, yeah. But piercings, I want to get a couple of my cartilage piercings back, but as for facial ones, I don't think I'll be doing any. I'm quite horribly scarred from some of them, so I don't think I'll be getting any more. But I'm very happy with what I got.
All the scars across there.
How do you ensure that the love you have for each other never wavers? How do you keep the passion alive? I really love that you put that last part in because it's like a very stereotypical statement.
I don't know. I don't really think that you need to do anything for that.
Yeah, I don't think...
It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like you have to do things.
I don't think it should be hard. Like, it really shouldn't be. I don't think it's hard to keep passion alive. Do you give each other pet names? He doesn't like me saying it in front of people, but I call him Baby Cakes. And we also just call each other babe a lot.
Yeah.
Like, we even reference Hot Rod all the time. The babe scene.
Yeah, babe, wait.
Babe. But we're probably even going to have to do a part 2 to this because there's still questions coming in. Holy crap-a-doodle. We'll try and do a couple more really quick. So, I'm curious about what it's like for the two of you to balance parenthood, your respective hobbies, interests, as well as spending time with one another.
We kind of answered that one before.
Yeah, we share a lot of the same hobbies and interests, so it's like killing two birds with one stone, for lack of a better metaphor. Do you have any hobbies that you like doing together as a family? Well,
We
together
did that
as a
one before
family,
as well.
yeah, we
Yeah.
like exploring. We've been to a couple animal sanctuaries. Misha loves those. She has this thing for cows. She loves cows. Bats. She shares my love for bats. Mr. Phillips, have you learned anything about the gothic subculture from me? And do you prefer her with or without makeup?
Well, I guess I've learned most things because I didn't really care to research it. And I like you with and without makeup. It's just different, I guess. It's kind of hard to explain it.
So that's all we can answer right now. We will do a part 2 probably tomorrow night, but we've both got to head off to bed because we're old farts trapped in young bodies.
Well, I got to be up early for work.
Yeah, I've got to be up early for work too, so... Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more videos of Mr. Phillips, then let us know. Yeah, there will be a part 2 to this. We'll film that tomorrow night. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I'd love to be here for every single video. Like this video if you liked this video and you want to see Mr. Phillips in more. Comment down below what you would like to see on this channel, and also, I don't know, what should they comment down below?
I don't know. Their favorite part? Favorite question?
Yeah, your favorite question or answer. And I hope you all have a fantabulous day.